day I feel like I do everything for the company, but so in the day of the director of the admin services, it is a lot of numbers and a lot of data crunching, especially now. I've spent time pumping the toilets, I've spent time on the phone, I've spent time in all the aspects, and now I sit and look at all the data of everything I did and figure out how are we going to save money and make more money. What are our profit margins? What are our losses? Where are we spending? Where are we getting it? Where are we getting paid on time? Accounts receivable. So all the numbers, all the monies. The monies is the fun word that I use. Yeah.
So it sounds like you've been a while on.
It's only been a year, and yet I feel like it's been like 10. So, it was 5 of us a year ago, and now it's like 16. So, weirdly enough, it's going to the dump on a Saturday night and just dumping poop into a hole, because it is very relaxing, stress-free. You don't have angry clients, you don't have employees, you don't have anyone coming at you for information. It's just simple and relaxing and basic, and it's the weirdest thing, but it's so stress relieving. You would understand, people will understand once they do it. I think the first one would be is the atmosphere and culture that we have created at the start and that we're continuing trying to create even now. I think we don't want someone that is not going to fit, and we'll be upfront with that at the start. But if you're willing to give it your all, kind of fit in, we'll find a home for where you belong. The owner says it very well. If I hire good people, we'll then find the perfect role for them. But so we're not always looking for the perfect person to fit a role. We're looking for good people, and we'll figure out where they fit later on. And that's brought us a lot of success to this point. I was brought on originally to do one thing, and now I'm doing a different thing. And so that's the number one atmosphere. Good people make for a good company. Good culture is definitely what we're striving for. Second, I don't know. Second, what is second? Third. We're on third. What is a third good thing, or that I would sell with? That we do a lot of working. We do work long hours some days, but then we do a lot of fun things as well. We get fancy dinners. We come out here for a day and get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and so there's a lot of events and different things that we do. We did a escape room last winter quarter. We did an escape room and then went to some fancy sushi restaurant and ate sushi. So if you work and you put in the hard work and the effort, that there is a lot of reward that comes out of it. And we're looking to fulfill not only monetarily, but fulfill your life as a whole. So we're not only trying to make it so you make a lot of money, make it so you feel like you've really found a place you want to be. So I think we have one of our employees works in Minnesota. One just moved, I forget what state. She moved a week ago, East Coast. So and then we don't have an office. We have the yard. So this is actually the first opportunity everybody has actually met each other in one spot. Some people have never met Stephanie. Some people have never met Sarah. And so some of the drivers have never met Kylene. And so this is a big kind of bonding of getting everybody on the same page, getting everybody meeting each other, putting a face to a name and not just a face behind a phone call, which I think is really important in building the culture of a company. Because it's really easy, especially in the era that we're living in, the COVID, that everything is remote and you can feel really disconnected and not part of the team. But today is to kind of bring the teamwork, the collaboration, and culture together. And I touched on it, but the culture is, to me, what is a lot different. I came from a job where, especially, it was very office versus warehouse, and I was the middleman, the counselor between the two. And the office always complained about the warehouse, and the warehouse always complained about the office. And it was just a cycle where the owner was always like, "That's just how it is. It's always been that way. We're going to keep it like it's not going to change." And so there's a lot of fighting, and a lot of things were not done as efficiently because the two just couldn't get along. And so that's kind of what we're pointed behind today, is getting the two together. And okay, we're going to be we work together as a team. We're not office versus in the trucks. We are all for the same goal of making the money. And so I think that is something that is a big difference from my previous job. And that is something that Will put a lot of effort in. And now that Scott, myself, Stephanie, we're all putting towards getting that culture of everybody's on the same team. We're not working against each other. We're always looking to improve, and at the end of the day, if we're more efficient, we bring in more money and people get paid more. So It all works in tandem if we get along.
Perfect. Okay, for this last little bit, it is actually one more question. She's gonna sit here.
Lie to me.
I'm gonna move to I forgot. I'm gonna move to this camera.
Oh,
'cause I just
God.
wanna get into it. Oh no, you're still gonna look at camera and talk to her.
So to say, I don't want to look in that direction. It's a thing and it's just, yeah. I could, yeah. Yeah, it's a little smoky, you know.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We were driving this morning and it was just, looking at snow and the whole thing was just
Yeah, Aiden and Cameron and I were in barring over a Highway 2 last weekend. We're driving back on Monday, and it was just into the smoke cloud. It's clear sky when we left, and we got here, and we're like, yeah. Yeah. I think something, and this is partly from a class that I was in last week, someone that is all in and fully committed. I don't think you can teach dedication, you can't teach commitment, you can't teach positive attitude. Everything else in the job, how to pump a toilet, how to do the bookkeeping, how to do whatever your job is, you can teach. You can teach those tangible assets. It's the intangible stuff that you can't teach. So that person, if you come in with a good attitude, positive energy, and are willing to step into an environment that you might be like, you might think it's gross or you might like this, if you have that good attitude, it's going to get you really far, because that's what we're looking for. And everyone that we've hired, everyone we've been hiring, that's been a key component we look for is that all-in attitude. We can teach you the rest, you can learn the rest, but we can't teach you to be all in. If you don't want to be here, we don't want you to be here either, because it's not going to create a good relationship at the end of the day.